The number one reason for longevity is
So what's your name?
Crystal Burnett.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida. South Florida.
What brought you to Okinawa?
So I came to Okinawa to get my master's degree at the University of the Ryukyus.
What did you study there?
So I was in the agriculture department, actually. Harusa in Okinawa, right? Harusa shimashita. So I was a farmer, not really. But I learned about farming and agriculture. And the reason that I picked the agriculture department is because I wanted to do study about Okinawan longevity and health. And I thought, and I say thought because I was a little bit wrong, is that I thought that the plants that the Okinawans were eating were the reason that they lived such long lives. So that's why I researched Okinawan plants specifically.
Okinawans live longer than any other people in the world.
Yes, Okinawa is one of the blue zones. And not everyone knows what a blue zone is. So a blue zone is an area that has people that live past 100 and a lot of people. So you can find people that live past 100 years old pretty much anywhere. But when there's a large number of people living past 100, you know that there's a reasoning behind it. So I wanted to learn why the Okinawans have created this blue zone. And of the 5 blue zones, so we have Greece, Italy, Costa Rica, California in America, and Okinawa. And of all 5, Okinawa is arguably the healthiest.
Even among those 5.
Of all 5, yep.
So how long have you been in Okinawa?
I've been here, I think it's 8 years. 8 years, yeah.
After you came to Okinawa to study your master's in agriculture, and what made you to decide to live that long?
So when I was getting my master's, I'd study abroad in Tokyo first, because I went to the University of Florida, and then I graduated, and then I went into the master's program, as an actual, not an exchange student, as an actual student. And then while I was doing that, I discovered that no one is promoting Okinawan longevity. So Okinawa is making all these really good health products, but they're not really selling them overseas. I thought, I imagined there was going to be journalists and TV shows and actresses and directors and all this stuff about the blue zone, because these people are the healthiest people in the world. And I came here and there's no one. There's no one doing anything about Okinawan longevity. So I saw a business opportunity. So I thought, I want to live in Japan. I hate the winter, I hate the cold, so Okinawa is the only option, right? Because even Kyushu gets really cold. So I thought, I'm going to live in Okinawa, and I'm going to do business, and I'm going to promote Okinawan longevity. And that's what I did. Before I even graduated, I set it up to make a company. So then because I needed a visa, right? So my student visa was going to expire when I graduated, so I made it so I made my company right after 2 weeks after I graduated.
Was it hard to make a company?
Yeah, it was really hard. I submitted it cost me a few $1,000s or sujuman, and then I had to spend this much paper to the immigration office because I sponsored my own visa. Yeah, and I had to get I had to make a business plan, I had to set up the bank, and I had to fill out these papers, shihoshoshi, scrivener, which in America you don't need a scrivener, but in Japan you need a shihoshoshi, and then zeirishi, you need a tax person. Yeah, it was really hard, but I decided there's no other option.
It's all in Japanese, right?
So I did it by myself because I've never been married, still haven't been married, so I didn't have anyone to rely on. I didn't have my family here, I'm not military or anything. And I was alone. I did have a mentor, of course, help me, but yeah.
Was it easy to find that person?
I found them by chance, I guess, technically, at the American Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, so they helped me in the very beginning, and that's the reason that I'm still in the American Chamber of Commerce. Now I'm the treasurer. It's been this long, yeah.
今じゃあどんなプロダクトサービスを提供しているんですか
？6年前にこの会社を作ったんですけど、この6年間、5年間かな？5年間になんか沖縄の長寿のこと、健康のこと何かしたいと思って、でも何したらいいかちょっとわからなくても、一応商品売りたいって分かったんですけど、何が売れるかでどうやって売るか、どうやって輸出するから、その全部の手続きが分からなくて、でこの5年間は勉強したり試したり売ってみたりとか、あっちこっちでもう自分のサイト作ったり、あっちこっちのサイト使って売ったりとかいろいろやってきて、で今年はやっと自分のブランド を作って、で、初めて作った商品が、黒糖です。今は黒糖を作ってるけど、ちょうど今、サプリメントを作ってて、で、お茶も作ってます。
ブラウンシュガーっていうか、黒糖を売ろうと思った理由って何ですか？
この5年間にいろんなのを試したって言ったじゃないですか。はい、その試したのが、黒糖を売ることです。黒糖とか、シークワーサーとか、そういうのもたくさん売ったんですよ。でも例えば、シークワーサーだったら、ガラスボトル、ペットボトルに入ってるやつもあるんだけど、シークワーサーは液物ですか？液物じゃないですか。重いんですよ。だからもう、送ったらめっちゃ、発送するための料金、その発送費っていうの？そう、液体が高いから、それも勉強になって、シークワーサーは一応売れるけど、ちょっと難しいからそれやめる。コストが高すぎて。で、お茶も売ったりとかいろんな売ってて、で、黒糖も一応売って、で、めちゃくちゃ売れてたから、売れたの証拠があるから自分のブランド作ったわけ。
黒糖は健康にいいんですか？
黒糖は、一応、砂糖は砂糖。はい、果物をたくさん食べてもみんな健康的だと思ってるんだけど、果物は一応砂糖が入ってるんじゃない？甘くて。だから、フルーツオンリーダイエットっていうのがあるんですよ。それは実は良くないです。果物に栄養は入ってるんですけど、砂糖は砂糖。砂糖は一応たくさん取りすぎると体に良くない。だから沖縄の、昔の伝統的な料理見たら、シークワーサーとかだけでした。あまりいろんな果物食べなかった。逆にそれはいい。で、で、黒糖も、一応他の砂糖より体にいい。で、なぜかって言ったら、ビタミンとミネラルが入ってて、じゃあこれは面白いんですけど、白砂糖は、もともと、黒糖みたいだったけど、フィルターに入れて、いろいろかけて、白くしたんじゃない？それしたら、栄養全部取られちゃう。なので、白砂糖は良くないですけど、黒糖は、本当に、フィルターとかも何も、一応フィルターは使ってるんですけど、その栄養を取らないような、作り方があるから、いっぱい栄養、まだ入ってて、で、味が濃いから、それ個人的な意見だけど、濃いから、たくさん食べられない。
なるほど。
だと思うんだけど。だから昔の沖縄の人は、春さ、外で、太陽が強くて、暑くて、その、ファーマー、農家さんは、黒糖カチ割りを口に入れて作業したわけ。で、それが今のポカリスエットみたいな感じ。なるほど。
たくさんいっぱいは食べれないですか？
ちょっと、美味しいけど、ちょっとそうね、白砂糖とちょっと違って。だから、逆に体にいいから、一応健康食品売ってますって言って、で、砂糖は売ってないんですけど、でも、アメリカで黒糖みたいなものは存在してないです、全く。
存在すらしないんですか？
そう、ブラウンシュガーは一応あるんだけど、そのブラウンシュガーは白砂糖に、モラセスを白砂糖につけてブラウンシュガー作る。だからもう黒糖から栄養いっぱい取って白砂糖作って、で、またモラセス入れて売ってるわけ。意味わからないんじゃない？そう。でもコスト的にそれが安いみたいな。
そうなんですか？
そう。だから黒糖は、いっぱい売れて、で、アメリカ人は、レビューを書いてもらったら、こんな味わったことない。ですごく美味しい。で、濃くて、もう今まで経験したことない味だみたいな、いっぱい書いてるんで、もう、黒糖は本当にすごくて、でも今の沖縄の若者はもう食べてないんじゃない？おじおばあのものだ、みたいな、ちょっと古いイメージがついてるんですけど、本当はめっちゃいいもので、アメリカで売れてるよって。私も本当に沖縄のものいいって思ってるから。
So you mentioned that the reason why the Okinawans live longer than any other people is you thought it was probably because of, plants, but was it not plant? So what was it?
So the reason for Okinawan longevity, actually, and a lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but it's been researched. There are papers. It's been researched by the #1 researcher of Okinawan longevity, Makoto Suzuki Sensei. And it's been found by many other researchers. The #1 reason for longevity is social connections.
Right.
Yeah. So Okinawans are very outgoing. They're always giving. If I ever meet a oji, ba-chan, odi-chan, like old person. They always give me fruit or vegetables. Like they're just like, oh, here, take this, take the bananas, take the, like all the time. They're very giving. They're very like, even if you're walking outside, they'll start talking to you. Even when I was actually at Starbucks before this, an old lady was like trying to talk to me and the guy. They're having a meeting. It's just they're always talking to people, right? So, and they always like see their friends and it is social connections, because in this day and age, like if you live in like a big city, or even now, even Okinawa, if you live alone, it's not good. And there's a phrase that says, loneliness is the equivalent of smoking a pack of cigarettes a day or something. Yeah, that's how bad loneliness is, because it's your mentality. So it's not what you eat. I mean, what you eat is important, but it's also happiness, which is connected to social connections. But not even just happiness, just social. You don't have to be happy. You can't be happy all the time. That's impossible. But social connections. And another, number two, a close number two is no stress. No stress. So I asked Okinawans, like, how do you de-stress? ストレス解消の方法っていうの教えてください. And then they're like, huh? I don't stress. And it's like, wait, what? Like, もともとストレスしないんですよ. Like, how am I supposed to teach people how to de-stress if there's no, like, it's weird. So, right, my next step in my research of Okinawan longevity in my business, because I'm not in school anymore, but is to figure out how they don't stress. Because Okinawans, like, a lot of people come here. I even have someone coming next month. People contact me all the time about Okinawan longevity from all over the world. It's crazy. People are from all over the world that come to Okinawa to study longevity.
Right.
Just no one knows, because there's no, like, I'm one of the only people in the longevity center. There's a longevity center in Okinawa. And they ask about ikigai a lot. And Okinawans don't know what ikigai is, actually. Like, ikigai technically is a Japanese word. It's not Okinawan, right? And if you ask Okinawans about ikigai, they're like, I don't know. Because it's natural. It's just part of life. So it's hard to study Okinawans because they can't answer questions. It's their normal, it's just how they've been born and grew up, yeah. It's not happiness. It's your purpose for living. And some people call it like, oh, the reason you wake up in the morning. But it's not really that. Because that's, I mean, sometimes I have trouble waking up in the morning. It's nothing to do with my ikigai. But it's something that makes you fulfilled in society. So it can't be selfish. It can't just be like, you know, some people say like, oh, it's my kids. But that's kind of, you can't really be your kids because they're separate from you. Like, it has to be something within you that gives you meaning. It's a very hard concept. That's why so many people come here to study it. I mean, some people make diagrams, you know. There's the Ikigai book made one diagram. There's another guy out there who is fighting this diagram. He's like, no, that's not right. It's this. So people are fighting about Ikigai and what it is. So,
今からなんか沖縄でビジネスをしたいっていうなんか外国人とかに向けて何かアドバイスとかあったら教えてください。